What's up, guys, and how is everybody doing? First of all, I want to begin by saying I do not endorse fixers. I'm not here to tell you to go to fixers. When you come to the Philippines, you will hear, when you need to get documents done, you will hear fixers. You will see signs outside the LTO, the Land Transportation Office, the BI office that says do not use fixers. So I'm not here to tell you to use fixers. I'm only here to explain to you what a fixer is and what they do. So like I said, when you get here, you'll go to different areas and you'll see that. What a fixer is they sit outside the government agencies and there's no sign on them that says, hey, I'm a fixer, I'm this, I'm that. What they do is, they're very friendly people. I've been approached by fixers. They'll come up, they'll say, hey, what do you need? I can help you. I can get your stuff done quicker. I can do things for you. Very nice people, very nice people. Like I said, they sit outside these agencies. Here's the thing. I know it's frustrating. You got, as an expat coming here, you are legally allowed to drive up to 90 days on your driver's license, as long as it's current in your country. Now, they require you to show proof of 1 year on a visa. And you're like, okay, well, I'm here 90 days. I extend, but how do I get my driver's license? I want to do the right thing. Now, if you come in and you get the balikbayan visa stamp, which is a visa stamp when you enter the Philippines with your wife upon entry. Now, the balikbayan is not a guaranteed stamp. It's a courtesy thing. I've never heard of anybody being denied a balikbayan stamp. I guess if you're obnoxious and ignorant to the person's issuing out visas there, they can refuse it. So when you get that balikbayan stamp and you enter the Philippines, now you have proof that your visa is good for a year. Another one is a 13A visa, which I have. 13A visa is a spousal visa. It shows that I'm here for a year, and then I renew it. I am good for a year on that. Special retirement visas works the same way. It shows proof that you're here for a year. You can go get your driver's license. Beyond that, I hear stories how people go down, they want to do the right thing. They go down and they tell them, no, you can't, because you have to have proof that you're here a year. Other people have gone down and they've worked it out and they've gotten it. Like I said, you want to do the right thing when you're here. It can be frustrating. It can be a pain. My brother-in-law just went this past week to get his license, his driver's license. He lives here in the Philippines and he went to get it. He had to go through 3 classes. He had to, there was a process of things he needed to do just to get his driver's license here as a Filipino. He's been driving for years and years and years and years. Like, I would say probably a lot of Filipino people here. But he wanted to do the right thing, and it took him almost a week to get everything done. It was frustrating. A few hours every day. Go here, do this, go here, do this, go here, do that. It was frustrating. It is tempting. And let me just use this fixer. Let me go use this fixer. He can get everything quick for me. What happens is, when you get down, say, to the LTO, wherever you're going, and say you want to use a fixer, what happens is they have people on the inside, people that work inside, BI, LTO, wherever, any government agency. They take your money, and what happens is, a lot of times, say if the paperwork and the things you needed, say it's only 500 pesos, but you don't want to wait, and you don't have the proper documents, say, to get your driver's license. So they might charge you, if it's 500 pesos, they might charge you 1,500. They might charge you 2,000. What they do is they're working with somebody inside the agency. They go in, okay, here's this guy's paperwork. Let's fast track it, goes to the front of the line. They all get a cut, might be one person, 2 people involved. You don't know, but they get it done for you. I remember at the BI a couple years ago, they had they were calling fast tracking. We're going to fast track your paperwork. Instead of you waiting a day or 2, we're going to fast track it. We're going to have it to you quicker. Well, the the BI got on them and said, no more fast tracking. But I remember going there, and the guy was still saying, hey, you want to fast track it? It's going to cost you 1,000 pesos. I told him no. I said, there's no fast tracking. What happens is, that person is in cahoots with somebody inside. They take your paperwork, instead of being pushed under the bottom, going through the process, they put you to the top, they all get a cut. That's how that works. So it can be anywhere, anywhere. It's against the law. It is against the law here. Republican Act, let me read it here. Republican Act 9485 of the Anti-Red Tape Act provides the government employees engaging in illicit transaction with fixers can be dismissed from services. In other words, they can be fired. People who deal with fixers when applying for documents from any government office can be held liable under the law. So in other words, if caught, you can be held liable under the law. Have I ever heard of fixers getting busted? No, I've never heard of it. As long as I've been here, almost 5 years, I never heard of an expat getting busted with a fixer. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it. Like I said, guys, it is frustrating. It is frustrating. I was lucky when I came in 2012. I went down and I got my driver's license in the Philippines. At the time, all you had to do was go in, show them your driver's license, show that it was valid, take a photo, sit down, do the paperwork, do your little medical, and bam, they gave it to you. But they changed the rules now. They changed the rules, and it's frustrating. Here's another thing, guys. Say you are driving past 90 days. All right, I guess this is a driver's education also, along with fixers. Say you are driving past 90 days and you're driving around and boom, all of a sudden you get pulled over, LTO, or it's your driver's license. The only way they will know if you have been in the Philippines over 90 days is if you have your passport. That's the only way. I'm not telling you what to do, but I know guys have told me that if they get pulled over, when they've gotten pulled over, they just tell the LTO, hey, I've been here 30 days now, or 60 days, or whatever. The only way they're going to find out is, like I said, they look at your passport. They don't have computers in their cars or alongside the road where they can check, and none of that, none of that. So what I'm telling you guys is, I'm not telling you to use them. You're a grown adult, and it is frustrating. It is frustrating. Another thing, you have travel agencies here that will, you can take your passports in there. They have signs posting their services, and one of their services is, hey, we can help you extend your visa. They can legally do that. They're a travel agency that they can legally do that. They're not fixers. If they, you know, if it was against the law for them to do it, they wouldn't advertise for it. They take your passport, they do the paperwork. You might wait a few days. It goes down to the BI here in Angeles. It might go down to Marquee Mall. I know guys that have won it 6 months, because the max you can get is 6 months here on the visa extension, unless you're a 13A visa holder, SSR visa holder, or you came on the buy-in stamp. The most you can get is 6 months. So I know people that even have it shipped down to Manila, because Manila will do 6 months. Up here, Marquee Mall, they won't. It's not against the law for the travel agencies to extend your visa. I know a lot of guys that go. They pay the little bit of extra money. They don't have to deal with the headache. They don't have to deal with going to BI, none of that. But a lot of times, most of the times that I have learned, and I've even been approached by them, is at the LTO. At the LTO. Like I said, very friendly people. They want to help you out. I know they got to hustle. I know they want to make a little extra money. But guys, it's against the law for them to be even a fixer, and it's against the law for you to use a fixer. But it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do. Quick story, quick before I end this one. Lut and I, when we went down to the BI for my 13A visa interview, you have to go down there. We went through the travel agent, Amiga Travel up here, great people, very helpful. Well, they had a driver that drove us down to the BI. You know, we got down to the BI, got there early. He went in there, he signed us up on the piece of paper, so we were like the second people in line for our interview. We waited an hour or so. We went up, sat down with the interview, sat there. The guy asked us a couple questions, and then he said, how did you get here? And we said, oh, we had a gentleman bring us down. Well, who's the gentleman? And we told him, and the guy, the interviewer, asked us, did you ever meet this guy before? And I said, well, yeah, we met him this morning. So automatically the guy is thinking, the guy that we brought along is a fixer. So he called the gentleman in, and he was interviewing and interrogating the guy from the travel agents that drove us down there. He thought the guy was a fixer, and that we hooked up with a fixer and we brought him in here. And then we kind of explained to him, no, we used it through a travel agent. The first time I met him was this morning, because he's our driver from the agency. But the BI, they're really strict on it. And plus, here's another thing. I heard horror stories. I heard a guy, he used a fixer to get his driver's license here. And his driver's license expired. Now, when your driver's license here expires, it's like anywhere else. You go back in, you show them it, okay, it's expiring, it's expired. They just reissue you a new license here. You don't have to go through the whole process again. Once you have it, you just renew it. They went into the system to find this gentleman's driver's license in the system. It wasn't in there. So you run that risk too of your license not even being in the system. And if you use a fixer, say for, to extend your visa or something like that, and nothing's done properly, then you personally go and then boom, they say, hey, you're not in the system, or you haven't registered for the past couple months or year or whatever. Now you're in trouble. So you always got to be careful. You always got to be careful with the fixers. I've heard people use them, no problem. Occasionally hear a horror story, but that's what a fixer is here, guys. And like I said, you always see signs. Government agencies don't use fixers, don't use fixers. And like I said, they'll approach you. They're very friendly. They're very friendly. They can get your paperwork done quick. They can get it done quick to where you have to go in and sit down and go through the process and the paperwork and sit there with a bunch of people, and you walk in and you've got ticket number 300 and they're only on number 3, and your whole day is shot. And it could be a pain and it could be a hassle, but the choice is yours what you're gonna do. So anyways, once again, guys, I do not endorse using fixers. I'm not here to tell you to use fixers. Be careful if you do use a fixer. And with that being said, take care of yourself, take care of each other, take care of the sick, the elderly, and the young, your pets. Take care of your pets, and we'll talk to you later.